Greetings, friends. It's me, Wayman, and I was just out tinkering around, working on getting the fire brick to repair the kiln. This is a little updraft kiln I showed you before, and I have a couple of bricks missing on the inside of this. Well, damaged, not missing, but so I was kind of piddling around here, and I'll probably have to cut some of these myself. I need to get some brackets and maybe some more metal to go around the outside here. I gotta put some of these back on with rivets. Maybe get some more kale wool. That stuff's expensive, but we'll get there. But I got a comment from a user who asked me if I would be getting rid of my religion books. No way. Even when I was in ceramics, I still was very much into understanding religion and how people thought, and it definitely influenced my work, so I'm keeping that. And even today, technology, more than ever, is important when doing crafts. And so because of that, things have gotten easier to research and everything. So I'm using my research skills. I'm keeping the religion studies going. And matter of fact, I'm reading the book New Testament Code by Robert Eisenman. And what's interesting is and how clay affects me in religion. A lot of the studies that I'm with, Dead Sea Scrolls, I love, and also ancient Near Eastern religions and texts. And here, BAR had the Amara tablets with some articles on that. Love that stuff, right? So, and also they had really good articles on the Temple of Solomon and the doors. And there's some really interesting little shrines and things like that coming out of the ancient Near East. And a lot of ways people express themselves using clay. And we would not know about the Amara tablets. And a lot of the ancient Near Eastern texts put on cuneiform were not for them being printed on clay. It will help them, these texts, to survive. So, I'll be keeping those. Eisenman's book is really interesting, New Testament Code. Basically, there's 4 or 5 texts that he uses as the background, even though his book is over 1,000 pages long without the notes. It's been a really interesting read. And so some of those texts, he used the Clementine homilies, and which discuss the Acts of Peter and things like that. And then he uses the Habakkuk Pesher, Dead Sea Scrolls, text of Josephus, and also the Damascus document out of Dead Sea Scrolls, and early church fathers. So a lot of the stuff I already read in the past, you'd know from my videos, and so it's been interesting to learn his ideas about those things. Basically, he's making a connection between Dead Sea Scrolls community and the James the Just of the early church, and their issues with Pauline doctrine and the followers of Paul and Pauline theology. So it's been very, very interesting. So as I was figuring this out, I'm probably going to have to order straight brick with this, and then maybe cut the angles with my saw. And I have an electric saw that I can cut angles with. I actually got this burner working. So I found that the the thermocouple was messed up here. So I had to sand that a little bit with some cloth. And an old art teacher said, a ceramics teacher that I had, I met up with him again. He said to hold a lighter to this, put some air in the other end. So I hooked up my compressor to see if this basso valve opened when the thermocouple was heated, and it opened. So that was really neat. So I discovered that the reason why it wasn't staying lit was because I had some stuff inside this pilot light. It wasn't allowing the flame to warm up the thermocouple, and it wasn't turning on my gas. This I disconnected. I pulled out the plunger in this safety shutoff from the kiln sitter. So when the sitter would drop, there was a plunger in here that would break the electric magnetic pulse that would hold up the plunger, and it would drop and shut off the gas. But I may try to find something with that, because I would really like to get the sitter hooked up to where I could use it. But you'll see here I need to get a part here, because I'm missing some components to that sitter. There's supposed to be 2 metal prongs coming out that are missing, where you put your little cone on. So I need to do some of that. So I just been piddling around here. So what's next? I gotta find my kiln shelves. There's someplace. I need to get the gas company out here, because I need to get a better hookup, and I need to also wait on some of the burners. So that's what I'm working on. So no, I won't be getting rid of my religion books anytime soon. And this is a tough process. Even the great warrior Odysseus, when he left Circe's island, he had to build his own raft and all kinds of hardships before he could even get off. So that's what it's about here. Trying to make best and to do what you need to do to get this thing off the ground without breaking the bank, of course. So dug out my old ceramic books, been looking at a lot of that. Dug out my old ceramic notes, been looking at that to see where I'm at. So take care, friends, and remember, if everybody's thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking.